Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special live impromptu show. We're going to talk about some of what we've been seeing this past week in regards to people making or trying to make reservations for the theme parks, as well as booking 2021 Disney resort packages. So coming to you from the Bob Barley Studio, I'm your host, Pete Werner, and I am joined this week by Dreams Unlimited travel agent, Elaine Edwards.
Hey, friends.
And Susan Kelly.
Hi, everyone.
And welcome, folks. So, I got to tell you, Elaine and Susan, you both look fantastic, especially considering the week that you've had. It has been insane, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I'm watching the emails coming back, but again, I've been saying it, and it's self-serving. Just for full disclosure and transparency, I'm one of the owners of Dreams Unlimited Travel, but I've been watching the emails coming back and forth, and I've said it so many times these past few months that if there's one thing this awful pandemic has done, it has shown a spotlight on how important having a competent, knowledgeable travel agent is, because these guys are the ones spending, in some cases, 9 or 10 hours on hold.
Yes.
To take care of their clients. And that is 9 or 10 hours their clients aren't spending on hold. And of course, they're also, you guys have been keeping up with every development, and they have been coming fast and furious. Changes sometimes by the hour, contradictions sometimes by the, it's been insane. It's been insane. And that was even, before, they released the 2021 packages. This was happening with, when they opened up, the park reservation system. So, Elaine, I'm going to start with you. Just tell us a little bit about what you've been seeing.
So what we've been looking at is, of course, 2021 is now open, and we can book reservations with packages or your room only through September 26th of 2021. And that is your checkout date. We cannot book the 50th yet. We can put you on our wait list, but we cannot book it yet. Disney's still deciding what they're going to do with that. So what we're seeing for next year is that the thing to know is that any hotel that Disney has already announced their opening is available to book. If they have not announced their openings yet, then they are not available to book. So, like, for example, if you're looking for a value resort, Pop Century and Art of Animation are the only ones we can book right now for 2021. We cannot book All Stars. If you're looking for a moderate, we cannot book Port Orleans, French Quarter, or Riverside, but we can book Caribbean Beach and Coronado. So what I've been doing for my guests that are wanting to, like, for example, be at Port Orleans, French Quarter, I'm putting them in Caribbean Beach, and then I'm putting them on a wait list so that they're booked, they've got their tickets, they can make their park pass reservations, and then if Port Orleans French Quarter becomes available, we can move them over at that time.
All right, yeah, because it's just so people understand, we're talking about booking a package for an arrival on or after January 1st, 2021. And no later than checkout. Your checkout can be no later than September 26th. So it's not one of those scenarios where you can go ahead and book, a check-in on September 26th and I'm staying for 2 weeks. They're not going to let you do that. It's a $200 deposit in order to lock in that package. Package prices, of course, include tickets. Right now, those ticket prices are 2020 ticket prices. They will go up before the beginning of the year. So if you lock in the package now, you're still getting 2020 pricing on those tickets. So even if they raise the price down the road, your package price will not increase once you lock it in. And so that's a big reason to do it now. Most people are going to start booking their packages around the beginning of The beginning of the year is normally when people start. So if you're planning on going next year, it's a good time to get it in. Susan, you want to talk about some of the pricing you're seeing on these 2021s?
Yeah. So I've been, for clients, I've had everybody from the value resorts up to the deluxe resorts, and just some sample pricing of my clients and things that I've been pricing for them. A family of with 2 adults and an 8-year-old going for July 1st to the 5th, so they can experience July 4th down at Disney. 4 nights at Art of Animation in the Little Mermaid room with insurance and a 4-day base ticket. It was coming in at $28.85.90 total for them.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not terrible at all, considering it is over a holiday period. So, you know, prices are just slightly higher for the hotel rates and everything. Another one that I've been pricing up was I have a family of 2 adults. There's a 14 and an 8-year-old going, and they were looking for May 12th to the 18th of 2021. They were doing 6 nights at the Caribbean Beach Resort, which is a big seller now due to the Skyliner and the transportation there. Just a standard view room, but they got a 6-day hopper ticket, and it was coming in, the 6-day plus, park hopper plus the options. So that's the water parks too. And that was coming in at $44.04.24 for them.
All right. So generally speaking, are you seeing the prices? Are you seeing pricing that is a lot higher than what you were expecting, or is it on par with what we were anticipating?
I think it was, for us, it's on par what we were anticipating of the situation that we're in right now. I think some clients, it's a little bit of a sticker shock because if they were on discounts from 2020, they're not seeing them yet for 2021. So in that case, yes, unfortunately, prices are going to be higher that way. But overall, I think the prices are pretty fair.
And generally speaking, you know, this is never guaranteed, but a lot of times when discounts are announced, the agents are able to go back in and reprice the package to apply the discount. So it's not like you're going to miss out on the discount if it comes out. Yeah. Elaine, what has been the toughest part of this week for you?
Honestly, we've been just trying to juggle everything because it's not just that we're booking brand new 2021 packages. We have people that were previously booked for 2021 on a ticketless package or maybe a room only. And so we're working with those clients to now get them tickets for the reservations so they can go ahead and make their park passes. And then we also have clients that are booked in 2020 that maybe they've decided, well, they'd like to move their vacation out. And so we've got to move them out. So we're just working very, very hard to get everybody taken care of.
Okay. Now I want to talk about the park pass thing because I wasn't able to be on the show Tuesday. And I know they talked about it on the show Tuesday, but I want to talk about my experience and I want to talk about some of what you're seeing. Obviously, when they released the Park Pass system, it didn't go well. Let's say that. I made my feelings clear about that. We did a live broadcast from Bay Lake Tower on Monday. I made my feelings clear about why that wasn't going well, and I stand by that. This is an IT issue, clearly, and this is not a result of COVID-19. This has been a problem with their IT for years. It is an accepted running joke how bad that website is, how often that website fails, how bad it is every time there's a new release. Based on their website, you would think they were completely unprepared, that they had no idea. Now, what Disney has been saying, because the press, the wider press picked up on this, and what Disney was saying is that, oh, no, the system worked. The problem is that people who weren't eligible to make a Park Pass reservation were trying to get in, and that's what was coming up the system. Um, let's put that to the test. Do either of you agree with that sentiment?
No.
Okay. No,
it's
I was eligible. Okay, I am eligible. I have a resort stay. I have an annual pass. Disney was saying that it was people without a resort stay or people without valid ticket media that were trying to get in, and that's what was causing. Now, to be sure, there were some people that were doing that. There were some people that didn't understand that if you did not have a resort stay and you did not have a ticket, some ticket attached to a My Disney Experience account, all those things had to be true. That there were people who didn't have that and were trying to get in. But I don't think that's what the problem. I really don't know that that's what the problem was.
No, I don't think that was the problem at all. I think the problem is that they had to build this new system for park reservations. I don't think they gave themselves enough time to do this. But the other issue is, on top of that, they dropped also on Monday saying 2020 clients that need to modify can now modify. And then 2 days later, they come out with 2021 packages. And I think it just overloaded the system. But especially on Monday, I think they needed a little bit more time to do it. Once they worked out glitches, it works pretty good. Like this morning, it worked really well.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But this park reservation system is just a modified version of the FastPass system, correct? And that's why people were running into the problem. They could only make reservations for 3 days, because that's also the limit on the number of concurrent fast passes you can have. So, it's not like, the problem is that the technology was already faulty before any of this, before COVID ever came into the picture. The technology was already faulty. We know it every single time. There's a new release of anything at all. There's a problem. We all know it. All of us know it. Every single one of us has run into it. And look, there may be very valid reasons why Disney isn't able there's a Fortune 20 company with their resources, why they're not able to get their IT crap together and in one bag. There may be valid reasons for that, but whatever they are, it's as frustrating as hell. So I was trying, like I said, I have a resort reservation attached to my Disney Experience account, along with an annual pass attached to my Disney Experience account, and it was a nightmare for me to try and make my park pass reservations. I eventually got it, but it was a complete nightmare, and I think that's what a lot of people were experiencing. Now you're saying that it seems to have calmed down, that the system is working better now.
Yeah, they definitely, we had a lot of people, there was kind of a few categories of specific problems that were happening on Monday. People that would have multiple reservations linked to their account, they were having issues. People that have an annual pass were having issues where they could only book 1 day and it wouldn't let them book anything further than that. But we've seen both on Monday night and on Tuesday night, there were updates rolled out overnight, and a lot more people seem to be pretty much squared away. So it's definitely running a lot smoother right now.
All right. So now let's say somebody books a 2021 reservation today and they put their deposit in. Are they able to make park reservations for next year?
Right away.
Okay.
Yep. Within minutes, I have clients that as soon as they sent their money in and that we got them deposited, within minutes, I was getting emails saying, I'm done. I made it all. It was super easy. I'm done.
Well, that's good news.
Yes.
That's great.
That's good.
Yes, and I think that's something really important to keep in mind, is that booking a package now ensures that you are getting to go to the park that you want on the day that you want. We see a lot of people that say, I don't want to book now because I want to wait for a discount to come out. And we've said it 100 times on the show that your dreams agent can book you now and then apply discounts later if one comes out that's available for your package. But here's the thing that maybe you don't know, is that a lot of times Disney will actually raise the price at the same time that they put out a discount. And we have found with our own personal clients that if they booked early and a discount comes out, sometimes the discounted price is actually higher than their booked price. And so we just really, really, really encourage you, go ahead and book now. It's a $200 deposit and it's completely refundable. We can change things later. You can cancel later and get your money back. Like, there is no risk at this. And so to make sure that you get what you want, it really is important to go ahead and just book now.
One question that just came in, will Dreams agents make park reservations for clients? The answer for that is no, but I want to explain why. At the end of the process of making your park reservations, there is a legal disclaimer that you must agree to. It's a COVID-19 warning disclaimer that Disney is putting on everything right now. Dreams agents cannot agree to a legal document on your behalf. So that is why a client, if it wasn't for that disclaimer, I mean, Dreams agents have made fast pass reservations for their clients, dining reservations for their clients. They do all of that. Where this is concerned, because of that legal disclaimer, we cannot. So no, the Dreams agents will not make those park reservations for you. But like we're saying right now, it seems to be, if you're doing it for 2021, you're getting it deposited now, you can, it's not too much of an issue.
No.
Now, Susan, you're seeing the same thing with your clients?
Yeah, yep. I had a few clients that asked me about it, and I told them I have, I wrote to them saying because of the legal disclaimer and everything, but I'm able to say it's, I can help them step by step. I have a little step-by-step thing. It's so easy. Once you get on your My Disney Experience account via the website and you do it and you have your reservation linked with your party, it's right there on that front page to say view availability. And when you go in, you click that button and you choose your date, and then it brings up the park and you could choose your park. And then it tells you what the park hours are going to be that day. And you simply just click on it. Then you agree to the terms and conditions and you're done. It is so easy now. Now that we're away from that fiasco on Monday, I actually did some today because I'm an annual pass holder and I get my 3 park reservations, and I did it for an October trip. And it worked great. I had no issue at all. And it's very easy. It's very step-by-step with Disney. So I think it's going to be very easy for clients. But just so you know, if clients do have issues, they can email us. I can walk them through it if they need it. So, but it's really, really easy.
And just for folks joining us, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the chat. I know Jackie's in there. I think a couple other of our folks are in there. If you have questions for me or the agents, we can talk to you about that. So now, are they allowing people without resort reservations but valid ticket media to make or you still have to have that resort?
Not until Sunday.
Sunday for them.
So right now you can still make it, and for 2020, obviously, if you have a resort reservation on Sunday, you'll be able to start making it. And also the thing here is, we hear from people, a lot of people are waiting for, obviously, October 2021, the 50th anniversary. That's really when they want to come. But obviously that's not available yet. But there's like 2 camps. There's like the camp of, I'm coming for the 50th, right? I'm coming the end of 2021 for the 50th. And then there's the camp saying, I want to get in before that. I want to be there before the crazy. And so if you're in the I want to be there before the crazy camp, this is the time to book those packages. And, I'll do the direct appeal. I've been doing it for the last few months. I'm going to keep doing it. If you enjoy the content we produce, if you enjoy the shows that we do, the content we produce on the Diz, Dreams Unlimited Travel is how we pay for that. So you can show your support for us by booking your package with either these 2 lovely ladies or any of our other great Dreams agents, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. We appreciate that support. Let's see. I'm booked at one of the All-Stars in December. This is Carrie asking, should I call and be moved? I don't want them to cancel on me.
So they are not going to cancel your reservation. At this time, they have not announced any openings for the All-Stars, nor have they really announced anything past October as far as resort openings. So you kind of have two choices. You can wait it out and see if your resort is going to announce to be open, if you really have your heart set on it. Or at this point, there's nothing they can really do but upgrade you. So you can call or have your agent call and say, look, my resort's not going to be open. I'd like to confirm my reservation. I'm coming. And they will upgrade you to an open resort at the same price that you have paid now.
Okay. Somebody's asking if I was scared being on property at all this past week. Absolutely not. I was not. Now, that is not to say I'm not concerned about COVID. I am. But I pretty much had Bay Lake Tower to myself. It was weird. It was very weird. But at the same time, I found myself, okay, so like we went to go have lunch at the Contempo Cafe, which apparently I'm just a glutton for punishment. But going up the escalator from the convention floor up to the concourse, and you come up the escalator, and you're always used to seeing throngs of people.
Yes.
And it was empty. And it was the middle of the day. And on one hand, it was kind of jarring, but another part of me was like, stop, take a moment, and take this in. I don't know that you'll ever see it again. What really stood out to me, first of all, everybody was wearing masks. Everybody, any guests that we came across, everybody had masks on. Everybody. It was great. And of course, the cast members were all wearing masks. But what really, really got to me was how happy the cast members were to be back at work.
Yep.
They were so, so happy to be back at work. So it was a wonderful vibe going on. And we really pretty much stayed at the resort. We didn't go anywhere. We pretty much stayed at the resort. There wasn't a lot going on. But for me, it was just about being there. It was just about kind of, after all this time, just be back on property. The Wave was open. And, you know, we'd heard that they had pulled the bacon and eggs off the menu, and I was prepared for that until they said, well, we pulled it off the menu, but we haven't stopped making it. You can ask for it. And I wasn't sure at first. I didn't want to be obnoxious. I'm like, okay, is that for me or is that for everybody? They're like, no, that's for everybody. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. So we had a wonderful meal at the Wave. Bacon and eggs still available, just not on the menu. Really cool what they're doing though. The menus are all coming up. They're not handing out paper menus. Menus are all coming up on the phone.
Right.
All you do is, you know, open up the camera on your smartphone and point it at the QR code, and up comes the menu. And I think that's the way it should be done anyway. I thought that was fantastic. So, I mean, the difference is wearing the masks, the social distancing, and things like that were certainly obvious, but it really didn't. It really didn't feel. It wasn't that big a deal. It really wasn't. Now, I want to say this. I'm not a big fan of walking around in 93-degree heat with a heat index of 104, you know, feeling like I'm getting chloroformed from behind. It was not comfortable. I didn't like it. So I'm going to see how I feel going into the theme park when it opens in July. But it may be a scenario where I don't go if I'm really that uncomfortable with it. But just the time walking around the resort and stuff like that, it was all right. It was all right. Okay.
Can I just play off the words you said about the cast members are just so happy to have the client, the customers back and to be there? That's what I'm looking forward to personally for myself. And not only for me, but I want my clients to get back to Disney. I want them to get back to the sights, the sounds, the smells, just everything that encompasses Disney, and bring those memories back and make new ones. And I think going forward, I think Disney's doing a fantastic job with their protocols. And I just, I want my clients to feel at ease doing that too. And I think as we go on and everything, I think it's going to be great. And I personally is so excited.
I just want to stress, of course, we want people to go back to Disney. We want our clients to go back to Disney, but we want it done safely.
Right.
We want it done safely. And I think the way Disney is going about it right now, I think they've done everything they can do in terms of how they're setting everything up. They are clearly resort operations was clearly prepared. And it was seamless. It was seamless, really and truly. The problem is going to be, are people going? Are they going to follow the guidelines? That's going to be the question. That is ultimately going to determine how well this reopening goes and whether or not the reopening happens. If they're having problems with people following the guidelines, they're not going to open the parks up. So that's why I said a few weeks ago, and people got upset with me, and get as upset as you want, wear a stinking mask. Wear a mask or don't go. Those are the rules. And they're not going to change for you. Those are the rules. I wasn't comfortable with it either. So what do I do? Am I going to go to Disney and say, "Oh, taking my mask off"? No, I'm not going to do that. Those are their rules. If I'm not happy with them, I'll stay home. All right, let me not go off too much. Let's see. My family has 2 separate reservations on the same dates. Can I make the plans for both reservations? Agents?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Waiting for a response. Use your words.
Basically, what needs to happen is, if you want to handle all of the reservations, you need both of the resort reservations and the tickets linked within your My Disney Experience account. If any of your friends and family and the rest of your party has them linked to theirs, then you guys need to be able to share plans within My Disney Experience. If you need help setting that up, you can call 407-WDW-HELP. They will help you manage that if you've got some glitches in there. Sometimes there's problems where you have multiple accounts for one person, so all that needs to be cleaned up. Once all that's cleaned up, you can make the park reservations for your whole family.
Allie Reynolds, will the Disney dining plan come back?
That's the big question. We hope so.
I'm going to be honest with you, and again, I have nothing to go on here. I don't think so. I don't think, and if it does, it's not going to be for a while. Look, Disney would love to keep selling the dining plan. That's a big moneymaker for them. And it's a fan favorite. People love it. Mm-hmm. But as long as they have to manage social distancing in the restaurants, they cannot responsibly and in good conscience charge people for a dining plan and then tell them they can't use it. So until we no longer have to social distance, until COVID-19 is in our rearview mirror for a while, the dining plan's not coming back.
Right.
And you will see that fact reflected in the prices that will eventually be on the menus. You will see bigger increases on those menu prices. They're going to make up that revenue. They're going to have to.
There's several people in the chat that are asking questions about Park Hopper, so I just wanted to address that real quick.
Sure.
For 2020, Disney has told, what they have said to us is that for now, park hopping is not happening. If you have park hopping on your ticket, that's on your package, you or your agent can call Disney. They can get that amount taken off. It can be refunded to you, that sort of thing. For 2021, we can purchase tickets with our packages that do have Park Hopper. As you heard Susan, she even quoted one that included the water parks and that sort of thing. However, it's kind of a gray area because they have not announced the water parks opening nor when park hopping will come back.
Right.
So what I've told my clients is that I'm just going to book you with base tickets now. And then if park hopping comes back or the water park's open, we can always add that on later. No big deal. So.
Somebody at Wishes Forever is asking, I have a July 2020 reservation. Can I modify it to 2021?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
The answer is yes to that. Any thoughts on if Darby Morey is asking, any thoughts on if club level concierge will be available for May of 2021? Are you seeing concierge availability?
Yes.
On
Yes.
the packages? So you
We
are.
can book it. Yeah.
Again, it's one of those scenarios. Remember back in April, we had a free dining package that started June 1st. Okay. As a guest recovery package. And because of the realities and how things were progressing, they had to pull that. So right now, Disney's being optimistic and saying, yes, by May of 2021, we should reopen our concierge lounges. Let's see where we are a year from now. The good thing about this, and this is something I really want to stress to folks, Disney has been magnificent about making sure people got refunded, that they did everything they could possibly do to accommodate on this. So it's not like if something happens, you're screwed, that you're not going to get your money back. If you choose to cancel, that's one thing. But if Disney changes policy, if they change, they haven't messed around with people. They're giving people their money back. Now, I know a lot of DVC owners are wondering, when are they going to be able to buy tickets? One of the questions that came in, they have a reservation for October of this year. They don't have park tickets. They're not able to buy park tickets. DVC did put something out. If you head over to dvcfan.com, Paul Krieger wrote up an article about this, about what DVC's response to all these questions were, and they were non-answer answers. I mean, so rather than, I've been criticizing them for not communicating, and now they're not communicating by communicating, is their response to that, rather than, I'm not going to, God, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother show. DVC's response to this. I will tell you, on the other side, I've never been happier to be a DVC member. All my resorts are open.
Yes.
All my resorts are open. And the availability is fantastic. Boy, oh boy, the availability is fantastic. Sean's family's coming into town, and they needed to put him up for a couple of nights. In the middle of July, I could, anywhere I wanted, I could have put him anywhere I wanted for those dates. So that was really, I've never been happier to be a DVC member than I am right now. As far as DVC's communication skills, and I realize there is, where DVC is concerned, it's a real estate transaction. And in case, because I haven't been on a show since this happened, I'm now a licensed real estate agent in the state of Florida. So if you want to move here, in going through that process, the laws around timeshares in the state are crazy. I mean, it's good. It's definitely for the consumer protection, and they definitely need to be there. But that's a real minefield that Disney has to navigate. And so they have to be very careful about what they communicate. And it has to go through about 18 layers of lawyers before it ever makes it to the public. So what happens is, a genuine sentiment is they want to express, but then the lawyers get to it. And they carve it up. And what comes out is this soporific mess of word jumble and word vomit that means nothing. So, all right, we'll move on. Let's see. So when do you get to purchase tickets, Molly? I don't know.
Later this summer is what we've been told.
The ticket questions are, when can I purchase the tickets? We don't know if they'll announce it. And when can I buy a package for 2020? Again, we don't know. That has not been they haven't said anything officially. They haven't told us anything officially. So it's just a wait and see. I think with the hotel packages, I think it's going to be based on occupancy levels. So, and it's just waiting like everybody else for that.
Right.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
We know you're frustrated. We know we're frustrated too. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing is that Disney needs to see, one, how many people are going to keep the packages that they're already booked on, and how many are going to move them to 2020. Two, they need to get this Park Pass reservation system rolled out to everybody, which it's not even rolled out to everybody yet. That'll happen on Sunday. And so they need to see, okay, how many people are planning on coming? Once they see that and it kind of dies down, then they can say, all right. And then they get the reopening going. And then once they see, okay, this is how many crowds are coming for sure. And now we know based on capacity, we have this available, or we've still got too many people, we can't open it up. That's why they've got to analyze all of that. That's why it's not open yet. So,
I booked through you guys. This is Lori. I booked through you guys for the first time ever. Happy I did. Any clue when we can make dining reservations? I leave in 2 weeks. I mean, for places besides Disney Springs. You can start making reservations now, but you have to call them in. They're not online. Am I correct on that?
It's only for the resorts, not for the parks yet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's actually only through July 11th.
Yeah, with people who...
We can't make any reservations past July 11th.
Oh, yeah, I haven't tried.
Springs.
Yeah, they haven't announced anything to us. But when they do, they were saying it's going to be a 60-day window once it's implemented. But right now, we're still waiting.
Yeah.
Let me see. There was one other one. Any update? I know, Elaine, you follow this. Any update on the Run Disney packages?
Yes. So a lot of people are waiting for Star Wars to come out, because usually we as Dreams agents can book your Run Disney package a year in advance. That means we would be able to book Star Wars weekend by now, and it hasn't come out yet. I have talked to Run Disney countless times, and they kind of shut everything down, which is why we weren't able to book as many princess reservations as we wanted to. Once they shut down all of the bookings for 2020 and 2021. For Star Wars, they are still planning out the dates, the prices, the races, that kind of thing. And so they're still paused on that. I'm calling them every day. I promise. As soon as we hear that we can book Star Wars for 2021, we will release it on the site for sure, because I have lots of people in line for that one. So.
Ron is asking, I have an August 23rd through 25th reservation. Will Disney allow me to extend it?
You should be able to modify it right now. Yes.
Ron, you can see how tentative that response was.
I mean, we could, as of Monday, we were able to modify 2021 reservations, but it's going to come down to what's available. They've really, really, really cut availability, so you can call and find out.
Wayne is asking, any news on the release of the fall 2021 cruises? I'm going to tell you something. I've been doing this a long time, and I've got friends in different places, and I usually hear chatter and things about different things. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, but there's always chatter. The silence on Disney Cruise Line is deafening. It is deafening right now. And I don't know exactly what it means. There is a part of me that is afraid we may not see Cruise Line come back this year. I hate to say that, because from a personal standpoint, from a business standpoint, that would be a nightmare. But the lack of any chatter, whatsoever on Cruise Line is deafening for me right now. So, you know what? You know, if you are booked on a sailing and it gets canceled and you paid in full, you will get that 125% future cruise credit. And a lot of people, you know, for some people, I think it's become a discount strategy to go ahead and book it. Think, you know, almost gambling on it canceling to get it's 25% discount on a cruise. I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying that, you know, I think it started to become that. But you know, especially considering, you know, you have to look at one of the other questions, a lot of questions coming up asking, do I think world is going to delay reopening? If you'd asked me that question last week, I would have said no. Today is a good possibility. And not because of any pressure from the union. I have opinions on that I won't go into right now. But the last 2 days have seen the 2 largest spikes in new COVID-19 cases in Florida since this all started. Thursday alone, 5,300 new cases were diagnosed in Florida. Now, the majority of those, at least like half of the cases in Florida are really focused on South Florida and Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. That's where like half of the cases are. Orlando, I think, is 4th on the list with about 4,500 cases. So Orlando, not nearly as bad as it is in South Florida, but it's a pandemic. So do I think, based on everything Disney has done thus far in response to this, I've said it many, many times, they have made tough decisions in the interest of the safety and health of their guests and cast members that have been contrary to their bottom line. And I think they will continue to do that. If they feel it's unsafe, they will absolutely delay it. And we want them to do that. While we don't want them to do that, we do want them to do that. You know what I mean? We want them to do the right thing. We may be disappointed, we may be upset, but at the end of the day, we want them to do the right thing. And if we want companies to behave responsibly, if we want companies to do the right thing, we have to reward them for doing the right thing, not criticize them for it. Not criticize them for it. I understand the frustration. I get it and I share it. But think about the world we live in. If we want companies to do the right thing, we have to recognize it and we have to reward it. That's as far as I'm going to go. Have I been able to use Tables in Wonderland? Yes, I used it Monday at the Wave. It was lovely to pull that out again. I had to look at the expiration date to make sure it was still valid because it's been like months. Normally that Tables in Wonderland, my Tables in Wonderland card, I don't have it in here. My Tables in Wonderland card is barely readable because I don't get it laminated, right? So like, and it gets used a lot and it's in and out of my wallet all the time. And then the ink starts to run, but they still manage to run it. So, Nicole is asking, can you run through the necessary criteria to get tickets and reservations as of today? I'll leave that up to one of you.
Okay, so does she already have her ticket?
And I actually, I want you to chat. I want you to chat because I got to go run and grab my soda.
Okay.
My coffee's empty and I need something to drink. I'll be right back.
No problem. Elaine and I will chat.
Oh, we'll chat.
We're good at that.
And Pete's back.
Yeah.
I'm back with my Edna mode, Jack.
Nice. We had a little bit of an audio problem, so Susan has to re-say her answer to the question.
Okay.
So the question. So can you just repeat? Did she say that she's 2021 booked or not booked yet?
Let me see if I find the question again. Basically, she was asking, can you run through the necessary criteria to get tickets and reservations as of today? She didn't say about 2021 or 2020.
Okay, so tickets and reservations into the parks as of today. If you have a resort reservation booked for 2020 or 2021, you can go on your My Disney Experience account via the website. Make sure your reservation is linked and all your party is together, and you can get reservations as of today. If you do not have any reservations whatsoever, as far as a resort reservation for 2020 or 2021, you do have to wait until Sunday to do that. And then on Sunday, you can just, as a ticket-only person, you could go in and get your reservations for the parks then.
Okay. I'm being told that people in the room want me to talk about the spiking COVID cases in Florida. Okay. Okay. I will. If you want me to talk about it, I will. You want to know why? You want to know why it's spiking? These idiots won't wear a mask. They won't social distance. That's why it's spiking. Okay? It's really simple. Wear a damn mask when you go out. Experts, people who went to school for this are telling us it will help. It will help. I walk into Publix. Now, Orange County issued a directive. The mayor of Orange County issued a directive requiring it in public. Yet I walked into Publix the other day. 3/4 of the people in there didn't have a mask on. And I asked somebody, why aren't you enforcing this? Because they may have, the answer I got back, the county won't enforce it. And we don't want to confront our customers. This is what I'm worried about at Walt Disney World. This is exactly what I'm worried about. Because Disney has that same mentality. They don't want to confront their customers. So yeah, Jackie's telling me almost 9,000 new COVID-19 cases in Florida yesterday. 9,000. Go take a look at the numbers we were looking at in April. They pale in comparison to that. Why? People don't want to social distance, and they don't want to wear a mask. They don't want to wear a mask. And look, like I said, I get it. I don't want to wear a mask either. But I don't get it. I don't get it. It's this relatively simple thing to do. We want the economy to reopen. They're telling us that we can get the economy going again if we all practice some basic things. Wear a mask. Keep some distance from folks. Wash your hands. Use some hand sanitizer. These are things we can do. People don't want to do it. And that's fine. It is a free country. You're absolutely right. But choices have consequences. Choices have consequences. And these are the consequences. So, do I think Disney's going to pull back? If this crap keeps up, they're going to have to. They're going to have to. So, and look, you know what? And save your emails if you're like the no mask people. I don't care. I really don't care. You're entitled to feel the way you want. I happen to be the one sitting here with the camera on them. So I'm going to say what I think. Wear a damn mask or stay the hell inside. That's what I think. And that's why they wanted me to talk about it, because they want to get me riled up.
People love your rants.
Not everybody. Not everybody. Not the people on the receiving end of it. Usually don't. If I had a reservation for Grand Destino for August of 2020 that I need to move and change it to a DVC resort, will I lose my Park Pass reservations that I already booked?
No, not as long as your reservation number is staying the same. You just need to call Disney or call your travel agent to call Disney, and they will get you modified so that you can be in a different resort. And you won't need Park Passes.
Oh, good. Good. Somebody's asking if we can book Tokyo. No, we can book Paris, but we can't book Tokyo. But okay, so we're at the top of the hour, so I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Susan, for doing this. I know you guys are busy. I just want to let you know how much I appreciate, John and I and Donna appreciate the work that you've been doing. You and all the agents that work with Dreams, you guys have really made us proud. So if you want to book a package to Disney for 2021, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, head over there and show your support for us and our content. And yes, my rants. So that'll do it. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you again soon.
Bye. Bye.